Welcome, DoorGrow hackers, to the DoorGrow Show. If you are a property management entrepreneur that wants to add doors, make a difference, increase revenue, help others, impact lives, and you're interested in growing your business and life, and you're open to doing things a bit differently, then you are a DoorGrow hacker. DoorGrow hackers love the opportunities, daily variety, unique challenges, and freedom that property management brings. Many in real estate think you're crazy for doing it. You think they're crazy for not doing it because you realize that property management is the ultimate high trust gateway to real estate deals, relationships, and residual income. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management business owners and their businesses. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. I'm your host, property management growth expert Jason Hull, the founder and CEO of DoorGrow. Now let's get into the show. All right, so today's topic came up on my group coaching call today, and we were talking about a little bit about sales. And I don't mean real estate sales. When I talk about sales, I'm talking about closing deals for your property management business, selling people on using you for property management, just to eliminate any confusion. So my topic today is going to be, how can you double your property management close rate without a BDM? A lot of people think, gosh, I would need a BDM, or I need a business development manager. I need somebody that's out there hustling and acquiring business. All right, so I'm going to assume you're doing the sales in your business, or you already have a BDM, or you have somebody, but you want to speed things up. You want to go a little bit faster, or you want to double the close rate, double the amount of deals and business that you're getting. And I'm going to share with you a secret today. Really simple. A lot of clients come to me and they're like, gosh, I need somebody doing sales all the time, but I can't afford a BDM, or I can't find one. Now, there is sort of this way station in between getting a full-time BDM and offloading it completely off of your plate, and doing it yourself. And if you're doing it yourself, you're probably only doing it part-time, right? You're maybe dedicating like maybe 2 hours a day, maybe less, right? But you should at least be doing at least 2 hours 5 days a week, which means 10 hours a week. Somebody is doing sales or focused on that side of the business. It's the lifeblood of the business. That means you're at least a shitty part-time salesperson for at least 10 hours a week in your business. You've got at least that going on. Now, if you have that, this way station in between, really simple. You can't afford a BDM. Maybe you can't find one. Maybe you like doing it. You just want to go a little bit faster and you want to double the amount of deals. Well, one of the things that I did when I got overwhelmed in my own business, back when I was doing all the sales, is I got an assistant. And they were like, what do you need? Well, I could use some help with the sales follow-up. So getting a sales assistant is this secret, this little way station in between that can help you double your close rate. It can help you double the amount of deals that you're getting on. The most challenging thing in sales, a lot of times, time-wise, is just follow-up. It's nurturing these leads and opportunities to get them warm enough to where they trust you, know you, and like you enough that you can get the deal closed. And so having somebody that can help to nurture these along, follow up, and get appointments scheduled can be really powerful and effective. So what would you have this person do? So really good sales assistant really is just an appointment setter. They're calling these people up saying, hey, this is Jason Hull's assistant. He was wanting to get back together. When would be a good time? Do you have some time on Wednesday at 2:00, or would Thursday maybe at 3:00 be better? What works for you? Right? So that would be really effective. Me getting a sales assistant or an assistant that was facilitating this at the time, back when I needed it really badly, helped me double the amount of business that I was able to acquire. My revenue doubled, my gross revenue in the business. So this can be very effective. So the things you're going to have as a really good sales assistant do, they need to be somebody that, let's talk about the requirements. And so they need to be somebody that really loves making phone calls. Now, this is a challenge nowadays because a lot of millennials and younger do not like talking on the phone. They don't like talking to people. There's a lot. They opt for text messaging. They would rather send an email. So they're always trying to shift away from having a conversation as if that's uncomfortable. So you have to find somebody that actually enjoys talking to people. On a disc profile, they're going to show up as probably like a high I. They're going to have a lot of conversational skills. They're going to like to talk. They'll feel comfortable talking with about themselves and with other people. They enjoy connecting with people. So they probably also need a certain amount of D in a disc profile, which means they're somewhat driven. This is the stereotypical sales profile is a DI, right? Now, they could have other attributes. They might have some S with stabilizing, which means they want to take care of people. They don't have to be an aggressive, natural salesperson. They just need to be somebody that's comfortable making phone calls. So if you find this person, now you need to onboard them and train them. And so you want to make sure that this person, what are they going to do for you? They're going to help you. One, they're going to help you a little bit with qualifying people, right? They could ask qualifying questions. Hey, I would love to get you on a call with Jason. In order to do that, he's really careful about his time. I have a couple qualifying questions just to make sure that you're going to be a good fit. Does that sound fair? And they're going to say, yeah, sure. Then you have some qualifying questions that they could ask. For example, if it's for property management instead of my business model, you would say maybe are you current on all your house payments? Do where's the property located? What's the address? What are your long-term goals? Okay, cool. I really appreciate you giving me all this info. I think this would be a really good fit. So give them some criteria so they can help with the pre-qualification question. What that does is it places you, who are going to be the closer, in the position of being kind of the sexy girl at the bar or the sexy guy at the bar, right? You're the one that gets to make a choice. Instead of them being the prize, it shifts it to them realizing that, hey, this person I'm going to talk to, which is the business owner, is the prize. They don't work with everybody. They're careful about who they take on, which suggests they're high value. Nobody wants to buy low value, right? So having an assistant can establish you as high value. Not only that, but assistants get a pass when it comes to follow-up because they're not the salesperson. So just by them being able to reach out and say, hey, this is Jason's assistant. He wanted me to reach out. It sets me on sort of a level of value that's higher because I'm an assistant, right? So it will make you look even more valuable. Back when I got my first assistant helping with sales, that was like almost my only team member. Like it was just me and I had an assistant. And I was doing pretty much everything, but people perceived me differently and they treated me differently when I would get on the phone with them. Now, the other thing that your sales assistant can do is to pre-frame. Pre-framing, or some might call this future pacing, but is really effective at like them having or you having a better sales call or sales pitch experience. So a pre-frame might look like this. Hi, this is Susie, calling to get an appointment scheduled for Jason. I'm his assistant over at DoorGrow. And he was really wanting to meet with you again to chat about X, Y, and Z. I think you're really going to love talking to Jason, right? That's a little pre-frame. Now, if you schedule a time, when's a good time? Thursday at 2, or would 3 be better? He has some time then. Which would work for you? Oh, how not that? Okay, how about Friday? Right, giving them times can be more effective. And then once you book a time, cool. You schedule that time, then you can use a pre-frame. They're going to say something like, Fred, you're really going to love talking to Jason. This is going to be an awesome experience for you. If, bring your questions. If you have some problems with your rental property, or in my case, your property management business, I think you'll really love what you're going to hear during that call. So that's a pre-frame. It creates this future emotional state. They're imagining this by you saying it, and they're far more likely to experience that when they talk to you. So make sure that they're educated and trained in this art of pre-framing the call, just some sort of positive experience or outcome. They might even let them know, future pacing. Yeah, he's going to get on a call. He'll talk with you about this, and he'll talk all about our pricing and how things work and what we'll do for you. I think you'll really be excited to hear what he has to say and how we're different than other companies. So that's a really powerful, effective thing to do as a pre-frame. So now they also can handle all of the follow-up in your CRM. They'll keep your CRM tight, make sure all the deals have good notes, follow up with people. They can text, email as you, if you want them to do that, or they can reach out and say, hey, this is the assistant, and they can follow up, but they can feed all of this data into the CRM. They can keep notes. If somebody says they're not interested, they can update that so you don't waste time. So this can eliminate the most time, hugest time suck in sales, which is all of the follow-up. They can do all of that follow-up, for you. So what else should I say about this? Let's talk about some requirements, like to really make this work. What do you need? So in order to have somebody else helping you do sales, assuming you're doing this all by yourself, you're going to need, at the very basic level, you're going to need a CRM. You need some sort of sales CRM to keep track of the deals, opportunities, leads, and sales, where each of you can keep notes so that you're not stepping on each other's toes and you can see what communication has occurred, and you need to use it. So you need to put in your notes from your calls and conversations. You need to mark this deal or opportunity at a certain stage so they know what the next stage is that they need to help move this towards, so they can call and get an appointment scheduled to move it to that next level. So you want to be able to use this with your assistant and yourself, and you need 2 separate logins for this so that you can see who did what. So the most common recommendation is Lead Simple in the industry. You can check that out at leadsimple.com. They really should be giving me some sort of affiliate commission or something. I've sent so much business over to them, but I don't get paid by them in any way. Check out leadsimple.com and tell them they should send me a kickback. I'm just kidding. All right. So check out Lead Simple. I get really positive feedback. It's a cool CRM. It can initiate a phone call once a lead comes in to you, which makes it look like you followed up right away. It's like you're just on top of things. And because leads are only good for maybe the first, 10, 15 minutes, and then conversion rates can drop dramatically, like maybe even 80%, right, on a lead. So it helps you with that initial follow-up, and then you can build out text message, email, nurturing campaigns and workflows and drips. And Lead Simple also has kind of a process street sort of clone that can facilitate, some of the onboarding, tenant and owner onboarding processes and checklists that you want to build into your business. So you're going to need a sales CRM. Another tool that I would recommend is that you have some sort of scheduling link. This makes it a lot easier to handle calendars and appointment setting and scheduling. So get something like Calendly. I really like Calendly. You can check it out at calendly.com. They do have a free version, I believe, but you want to get Calendly set up, and you can have some different appointment times. You can have separate links for these. Like I have a 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour appointment link. And my assistant knows like initial things would be 15 minutes, maybe a lengthier call. After that would be 30 or an hour, depending. And so they know at various stages in the sales pipeline to get these scheduled and what kind of time frame. You can also assign follow-up tasks in your CRM to your assistant instead of to yourself as a reminder. And it could be for the same day. It could say, get them booked for a 30-minute call, or follow up and see if they're ready, to go schedule another call with me for an hour, or whatever. So you can book that in using follow-up tasks that you can assign via your CRM. So, but get a Calendly link. The other thing I would recommend is face-to-face sales is far more effective. So I would rather be on a call like, face-to-face on Zoom. So I would get a Zoom account set up. Calendly, I believe, has free Zoom integration. During COVID, they set this up. I don't know if it's still available, but you may have to have a paid account in order to connect Calendly to Zoom. a paid Calendly account, but get Zoom. There is a free version of that as well, I believe, but I have a paid version because I like to be able to record calls to the cloud using Zoom for coaching and stuff that I do for later. But you can integrate Calendly and Zoom so they can book a call and they'll get the Zoom call details and they can show up. People are pretty used to face-to-face. It allows you to read and see their body language. It allows them to see yours. It creates trust and relationship a lot easier by using video. So I recommend you try to have video calls if at all possible. And so that could be part of the pre-frame and the expectations set by your sales assistant. So, and then make sure that if you want to be able to leverage a sales assistant, you got to be somebody has to be dedicating some time to prospecting and growing the business, at least 10 hours a week. A really good sales assistant, if they're not just doing inbound and follow-up, they might be able to do some outbound. If they are a bit more driven and they're comfortable, kind of interrupting people and doing the prospecting side, you could also give them some scripts and have them start to function in a BDM role, and they can graduate to that. And so you could then come up with a commission structure, and you could give them half of the commission. You could give them a half commission if they initiate or find somebody and then you close them. And then later you can graduate them to a full commission if they do both sides of the deal, right? Finding them and they close them. This allows you to use a strategy that I learned from one of my mentors, Alex Hormozy, which he called the double barrel close, where you have a setter and a closer, and it can be really effective. So anyway, that is my tip for today: is get yourself a sales assistant. And even if you want a BDM or you're hiring somebody as a BDM, it's a great place for them to start to learn your sales process, to learn, start with a follow-up to just help you go a little bit faster initially. And eventually they can graduate to being a full-fledged BDM. So starting them as a sales assistant, and that can be very affordable. Even somebody just stepping in part-time to assist for an hour or two a day can do a lot of follow-up and probably double the amount of deals and leads you're getting right now. So if you need some help learning how to prospect effectively, you want us to help, on board or help you figure out your sales process, you want to help your BDM or sales assistant figure out how to prospect and help you grow your business, reach out to us. This is the stuff that we do in the DoorGrow and Scale Mastermind. Anyway, I'm your host, Jason Hull. I hope this has been helpful, and reach out to us if there's anything that we can do for you. And, let us know in doorgrowclub.com, which is our Facebook group. If you've gotten yourself a sales assistant and be curious, or leave any comments. And as always, on our iTunes, please leave us a review if these podcast episodes are effective for you. We would really appreciate it. Anyway, that's it. Until next time, to our mutual growth, and I'm out. Bye, everyone.